What's up everyone, welcome back to a new YouTube cast. Today we're going to be having a look at a gameplay between Time and DRG. And when I say game, I mean a best of 3 of course. Bottom right spawning as the blue Zerg player is going to be Dongregu. Top left it's going to be our best Chinese player, Time. Opening up with that standard, the standard barracks first of course. Time, when I first met him, actually all the other Chinese and the Taiwanese players told me that his nickname was something like the son or the kid. And then there was a Chinese word for that, and they told me to go tell him. Now, usually when someone tells you to go say something to someone else in their own language, and you don't know what it means, that's a terrible idea. But me being a young, naive boy, I went up to him, and I said the word, which I honestly can't remember what it was. I remember him getting pretty upset over it. And that was our truly our first interaction. And after that, I mean, we didn't really become great friends, but we were definitely friendly to each other. We get along, and it's nice. You know, there's the comeback story when it comes to friendship. I don't think he actually was too upset because he knew that the other guys put me up to it, but it wasn't the brightest play by me to to just say something in a language I'm not familiar with to someone I'm not particularly great friends with. So yeah, just a little bit of backstory of how I first met Time. Dongregu, of course, has been around for a very, very long time. I believe he won an MLG back in 2012 or something like that. Can't remember quite which MLG. There were so many MLGs back in the day. Time does manage to get that creep tumor, which is cool. And DRG has been making a bit of a comeback this year. Came back from the military, started playing again, became very good very rapidly. Has invented some responses. He's been praised a lot. It's very funny because a lot of the foreign Zergs, they don't really like the way the Korean Zergs play. So they often talk bad about their playstyles or the way they defend things or the way they attack. Basically the way they do everything. Call it dumb builds. But DRG seems to be well liked by the foreign Zergs. He is... he plays in such a way where he seems very, very legit. He seems to think very deeply about all of his defenses, make sure that they're watertight, which is kind of the foreign way, right? The Korean way to play most of the time is that through aggression you find safety, and DRG seems to be more like through safety I find safety. Which is honestly not a bad policy, but it's just funny to see the big split between the foreigner and the Korean mindset, and seeing someone like DRG kind of have adapted that foreigner mindset of trying to be as waterproof as possible. Now he's gonna be sacking this Overlord to try and figure out, hey, what is this exactly? Now there's a couple of tells here which indicate that this is a triple CC. First of all, there's almost no depots down here, which you'll need probably 2-3 depots at this point if you don't have a triple CC. This medevac drop actually managed to take out that Overlord. I'm not sure. This doesn't seem like a triple CC build if you see the medevac with the mine and the 6-7 marines. Now there's also 4 cars here behind this. This is a cool build order that I haven't really seen much of before, I've gotta admit. See him drop into the main base. I feel like maybe I have seen Time play something like this before. He's gonna go for 1 or 2 drones here, maybe get a mine shot off. I don't think he's gonna be able to do that. Oh no. No, absolutely not. DRG is in time. 47 workers. Hellions try to move forward. I think he lost 1 already. Yes, only has 3 left. Yeah, this is gonna do absolutely nothing. Double eBay going down, double gas is going down on the natural as well. And we see, of course, the standard triple Rex stim being researched, reactor build with this starport, and tank production starting here for Time. He's going to get another reactor on this starport and trying to make sure that he's going to be able to pump out medevacs 2 at a time. Uh-oh. It would have been sick if he actually would have gotten it. I like that move. I really do like that move. Very often, Terrans, once they're out of here, they'll fly back like this, thinking, I'm probably pretty safe here. DRG still thinking, maybe I can get something done here. Not going to be the case. Instead just blocking his own drone for a little while. Work account here, definitely in favor of Dongregu, but it's to be expected in the early game of ZVT. The thing that worries me more is this unchecked creep spread. We've seen a single tumor go down so far, but Dongregu has been pretty good at pushing all of his own creep forward. And that might be a little bit of an issue here for Time. Because I don't really see a good timing for him to attack. He's going to be moving out with his first 2 medevacs. He's going to go with everything. Nah, he's going to leave his Hellions at home, right? You kind of have to, honestly. Very often you see whenever the Terran sends these Hellions with the army, a single Ling run by. He's like, okay, nice, good luck against that. Oh, Lings? Ooh, waited a little bit too long. I was afraid there for a second for Time that those Lings would be able to get that surround on the Hellions. Then all of a sudden the door is wide open for future run-bys as well. Run 5 gas right here. Potentially going to be going into delayed Hydra then, perhaps, to go into Lurkers. For now we just have these 1-1 upgrades here for DRG. Queen's going to be tanking some tank shots. Good flank with these Lings as well. Combat shield is not yet done. +1 infantry weapons finishes as the fight ends. Both tanks die here. Nice little start for Dongregu. And the thing that we've got to keep in mind at this point is that this is the point where Time is like, okay, I'm gonna go with everything. He's rallying at home. The Hellions are on the other side of the map. He's already lost 2 tanks. His combat shield is about to finish up, which is gonna give him at least something of an edge, at least compared to the previous fight. But I mean, there's so much creep. This area is not easy to engage in. The moment this moves back, DRG wants to start A, a run by, and B, he wants to start taking out these rocks, because these rocks could prove to be very, very annoying later on. He's got to be careful not to lose these links for free. Does end up losing a couple. Good burrow there. Might force out the scan. No, instead blind missile turret. Well, blind missile turret gonna be built in response. Couple of creep tumors being taken out here. Good place coming out of Time with the pickup. I believe that was just fine. Picks up the tank as well and flies back home. Of course, no real anti-air to take out these medevacs, bar the Queens. Queens are, well, these guys are having a blast. I'm not sure where they're going. It's the March of the Queens. Ding, 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 ding. This guy's going back. He's had enough of it. Hey, man, this tune sucks. Going back home. Rocks still not taken out, and if the tank count ends up growing, we even see Liberators being added. This position is potentially a bit of an issue here. Once the creep disappears here, especially between these 2 bases, you're gonna be able to push forward very nicely with tanks, Liberators, maybe get a couple of mines in as well, and it's definitely something that can be dangerous. The split double drop, oh no. Time, what are we doing here? He's gonna elevate. This is the saddest drop. While he's messing around with the drop, we see Dongregu actually going for a Ling run by. He's gonna get a bunch of Marines. Oh no, he's gonna get a tank as well. This is very, very painful. The 3 Marines still in this medevac as well. This has been the worst double drop I've seen in my life. Poor Time. Another Ling burrow, by the way. The burrow being so useful every single time, just forcing out either a scan or forcing out some type of turret. Fight in the middle here, but the Hydras are dealing with that. Liberators trying to get something done, but just get a Queen. And DRG right now is saying, well, you've tried your best here, my friend, but what do you have at home? Let's test the waters, you know? And usually when Zerg attacks Terran, it doesn't end very, very well, because tanks are so powerful defensively. Zerg units of creeps are a bit yikesy, but these tanks are completely exposed. 2 tanks are going to be taken out here for, in my eyes, basically free. Couple of Lings did die, but it's not the biggest of deals. Lings on burrow in the natural. 12 workers have gone down already. I'm not sure if that was at the natural or a little bit at the 3rd base. Well, it just seems to be the natural to me. DRG moves up the ramp, but the Marine count is just a little bit too much. The Bane count not quite high enough. 2-2 about to finish up here for Time as well, who's moving forward very ballsily. And we'll push back DRG for now. Cute little burrow move up that ramp here. But Time wasn't born yesterday. Scans it and sees, hey, what is that? And what they call that? It's a burrow Bane. Seen those before. Just need to be a little bit careful here. It's gonna end up losing 1 medevac, a bunch extra Marines. Sloppy moves there. Random Overlord flying into a turret. Not quite sure what that's all about, but I like it. Big fan of that move. Bunch more Banelings being warped, and here we go with that Lurker then. Like I said, we're gonna see that delayed Hydra then into the Lurkers. Already on 8 gas as well. 85 workers, gonna be going even higher most likely, up to 90, 92. Something we've been seeing a lot from these Zerg players lately. And here comes the cavalry, and the question for Time is, can he stop the cavalry? No, but he can run away from it. Single Bane does end up burrowing, and the nice thing about this is, even if it does get spotted, it's gonna cost another turret, it's gonna cost another scan. Meanwhile, we have a setup here coming out of DRG, 3 tanks, a planetary, a bunch of mines. Not quite sure if this is going to be enough here for DRG to break this. Does not seem to be the case. 13 drones just went down. Triple mine drop, definitely doing work. 6, 7 and 2 respectively. I don't know what that was. I'm not quite sure. The accidental rally, and all of a sudden we see Time with a pretty decent supply. Now his army does consist mainly of marines. Medevac count is only at 4 on 53 marines. Not ideal, especially if we have 2 medevacs that are completely empty. We're technically working with two medevacs with energy here. 2 more medevacs are on the way, which is nice, but yeah, it's going to be hard to keep this army alive. We're going to be seeing a single stim probably. Lurkers are out at this point. Seismic Spine's halfway done, so DRG does need to stall a little bit. Forces out 1 stim. And it's going to go back right now to his Lurkers. Stim, of course, is about to run out. And then, as you can see, his army is still very low. There's just no healing here. Second stim gets activated. A lot of these marines into the orange right now. Really looking at getting single shot by banelings. Lurkers are doing a lot of damage as well, and these medevacs are gonna go down. We have a bunch of links here on the top side not doing anything. This push gets cleaned up beautifully. Good income for Time, but he just doesn't really have the army to deal with what DRG has at this point. I'm surprised that his supply is still so high. Right now we literally have only 2 medevacs. Ghost Academy, double command center is on the way here. We'll see if that's going to be enough. We'll see if that's going to be enough indeed. What's this? 3, 5, 6 Lurkers? No, my god, I can't count at all, but I didn't see them. 10 Lurkers done, 2 more on the way. Seismic Spines is done, Adaptive Talents is halfway through, and this is the timing that Terrans really have come to fear, is when they don't have enough orbital commands yet, they don't have a solid setup with tanks, maybe a couple of turrets, and there is 10, 12 Lurkers with missile attacks, with adaptive talents, and with those seismic spines giving them the 10 range. Oh my god. You can see, he lost 2. He's might lose 3. No, it's just gonna end up losing 2. Down to 10. Now, he's holding fire, he's not attacking. Oh my god, what a mistake. What a mistake. He just forgot that he... So I think his plan was to keep his Lurkers over here with hold fire. But then he got spotted and then he burrowed here and he forgot to uncheck the hold fire. That's absolutely ridiculous. The game is still relatively even, but this fight should not have been like that. That should have been a completely different fight. Now, we have a massive run by coming into the 3rd base, and this is one of the weirdest things I've seen in my life. He loses 12 Lurkers for free, then decides, you know what, I think I can just kill him with Linkbane. Walks across the map, kills 23 workers, and takes a massive lead. In this game here on Lightshade, where the creep is almost touching the 4th base of Time. There's these 2 mines over here. I wouldn't mind seeing another mine drop. That first one did so much freaking damage. And there's a couple of mines randomly sprawled across the map. This Link's gonna... No, it's not gonna tank a mine shot. Let's see if anything's gonna happen here. It's kind of close. Did it get spotted? Didn't quite get spotted. I think these 2 definitely should be moving into this general direction. Ling run by heading towards the 5th base, gonna force Time back with his entire army. Ghost kind of caught out in the open here, needs to be careful. Is there cloak? There is no cloak actually. Banelings are gonna connect as well, semi-connecting. These ghosts are gonna fall. That's an expensive little loss. That's 5, 6 ghosts that just went down there. Links at the top side killing 7 more SCVs. What's happening down here? I'm too slow, man. DRG is so freaking fast. He's just gonna be owning his opponent with these run-bys again and again and again. Lurkers moving forward. I'm gonna get sniped down by these ghosts, which is nice, but scan is about to stop and there's still a bunch of these Lurkers alive for now. We see an EMP on the Vipers is probably not going to be enough. I say that as it gets cleaned up here by time. Don't forget he has 66 army supply. That's really where I went wrong. I was looking at the supply. I see like 150, 160 against. It was almost 105, but then, I mean, if one guy has 86 workers and the other one only 53, yeah, that makes some sense. Now, don't forget, even though DRG has 85 workers, he's not really mining off that many bases. He's only on 5 bases. He has 2 fully mining bases, and he has a couple of halves. The main is mined out, so he has 2 halves and 2 full. So he's really just mining off of 3 bases at this point, and 66 workers is enough of that. He has about 20 or 19 workers that are not really adding too much to the income. So really this worker count is kind of irrelevant. 90 army supply though for time. That's kind of a big deal. We see a couple of snipes going down. He can just fly away with his army, of course, once he feels, hey, this is getting too dicey. Mines in the back. Gonna help out, get some good trades. 97 army supply against 74. We have another base being taken here by DRG. It's a little bit late though. These mines have been these mines have been here for such a long time. Killed like 4 rallying hydras at this point. This reminds me of the StarCraft Master Challenge. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. We have a single mine burrowed here. We have another mine burrowed here. So if he's ever going to send a drone, first it's going to die to that mine, and he's going to clean up the mine over there. Then he's going to die into this mine. So it's going to be a long time until DRG actually gets a base. That's nice. I feel like these are hold fired again. That went absolutely terrible last time. So I hope for DRG he's going to be paying closer attention this time around. Because I'm actually a little bit scared for him at this point. I mean, it's even bases. The trades have been going in Time's favor for quite a while now. So we could just see in the units lost. Open it one more time. 33k lost for DRG, 25k for Time. It's a 7k difference. That's a big deal. Now, of course, DRG mined a bit more because he's been on higher worker count. But that also means that these bases are still a bit fresher for Time. As I say that, I can see he only has a single base that's actually kind of fresh. Oof, that scan definitely hit the Lurkers. Please, DRG, tell me that you realize that this got hit by a scan. He needs to use these Lurkers. He's just attacking with half his army at this point. I'm not quite sure why he's doing that. 98 army supply. He's going to be giving up this base, no? No, it's going to be a quick burrow. How many Lurkers do we have? We have 11 Lurkers. We have 2 Vipers. Where are they? I think they're gaining energy somewhere. Oh, they're coming back into the fight right now. Liberator's gonna get sniped by these Hydras. Very good job. What's the upgrades here? We have +2 on range, +3 on melee. Now, we're gonna need to see a good EMP on these Vipers. That's gonna be very, very important. Here we see mines being taken out. I think this is going to be a move-in. This is definitely going to be a move-in. Move-in with the Lurkers. Good concave coming out of Time. Scans. He's trying to micro the best of his ability. 2 Liberators managed to siege up as well. The supply is dwindling here for both players as DRG moves out of the Liberator range. Oh, this is a very, very tight game right here. But is there really any anti-air? There's 4 Hydras, there's 3 Queens. There's only 2 Lurkers remaining, really. Yeah, I mean, it's nice that you grab it, but does he really have the units to kill them? I guess 4 Hydras is enough for now. With those upgrades, that's really nice. Moves forward with the Lurkers here. Kind of in tank range. Is there a couple of snipes? Yes, there is snipes. GG gets called, and Time wins game number 1 here on Lightshade. Very tight little game. Nice one, Time. Good job. Alright, game number 2 here between DRG and Time on the Romanticide, which is known for one thing and one thing only, and that's the passiveness that the map kind of has. You have a ramp over here and a ramp over here, and the offensive rotation is an actual 2.5 years. Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to attack usually on this map. So very often we see the longest macro games on this map in TVZ and PVZ. I think these are all the matchup where we see PVT as well. Actually, we see relatively long games. It's a bit easier to end games in PVT, both for TOS and Terran than it is in the other matchup. Defender's advantage, not as big, or it doesn't tend to be quite as big. Hatchery first going down once again for DRG, who's probably just going to be going into his standard double Evo opening. He's been loving this for the past few weeks right now. I'd be surprised to see something different then. He can go into many things from there. He's a Muta player. He likes playing Hydra Bane. A little bit map dependent on what he wants to do exactly. We actually saw a game recently where he went pretty hard on the queens, on Romanticide. That's cool to see. 10, 12 queens. Refinery is of course mining here for time. It's going to be sending out an SCV as well. Just wants to make sure, hey, is this a pool first? Is this a hatch first? Wants to play it safe. Wants to know what's going on. Now, another thing you can do with these SCV scouts, even though we don't see it too much anymore, is that you can block the third potentially, either with an eBay or just by body blocking with your SCV, and then your Reaper can show up and you can play some fun shenanigans. And we'll see if time decides to do that. I wouldn't be surprised if he just scouts. They peek in. They go, oh, this is a hatch first, time to go back home. Otherwise, we'd see him move towards this third base, as this is the third base that most Zergs like to pick. Now, for a couple of reasons. First of all, it pushes your creep out forward a lot faster towards these rock areas, which means you can start working on those rocks faster. And you have a very easy double expand as well. So you can expand over here, and you can expand over here, which is very common to do for Zergs to double expand in this matchup. And I take that 4th and 5th at around the same time, but you can't really do that if you take this space, because this space is really a no-go for Zerg, so you can't really double expand here and then here, because the moment you lose this space, you're also going to lose this space, so you can't really spread your chances quite as well. Well, if you have this one, you can take, this is your 4th and this is your 5th, and that's absolutely beautiful. That's going to be absolutely beautiful. Now, we see single gas opener here. Wait, what the hell is this? Oh, wow. I was gonna say this is gonna be a triple CC, but this is looking like a scuffed version of the 111, or the 211, excuse me, with a single Hellion. Might get 2 Hellions, actually. Okay, I've never seen this build before. Wait, what? So he's playing double reactor. Tech lab, and then this CC is going down. I mean, this just looks a lot like a triple CC, right? But it is actually slightly different. There's 150 mineral difference with the CC timing. Now, we'll see if DRG is sharp enough to figure that out. This is going to be a very interesting push here coming out of time. It's going to be getting a lot of Marines out. Second refinery is going down as well here. I have no clue what he's going to do. Well, he's going to make Marines, that's for sure. A little bit supply blocked as well. It's going to be going up to 4 or 3 Hellions, actually. Now, it already has 3 out. It's going to be going up to 5 Hellions. That this could be one of those very high unit pushes. So you basically play like a 2-1-1 with a lot of Hellions as well. And then what you do is you just get 2 medevacs and you turn these Hellions into Hellbats. And you have an extremely strong push hitting relatively early while having good eco. Now, I hear you think that sounds a little too good to be true. And usually it is a little bit too good to be true, because you're going to be just cutting a little bit in safety as well. Of course, you don't have Hellions as quickly on the map. So you could be struggling against some of the road challenges. You have a little bit more Marines to stop these, of course. But yeah, there is always going to be some downside in the build. It's not as economically sound either as an actual triple CC. I believe you do need to cut 1 or 2 workers to get everything going at times, especially your Marine cycles here. We see double medevac going down here for time right now, who is on 5 cars. And yes, there we go. The armory, like I mentioned, a pretty obvious call here, as if you're rushing this quickly into 2-1-1 with that triple CC, yeah, you want to turn your Hellions into Hellbats. You just want more damage in that push. And I'm actually a little bit afraid here for DRG. He has a Baneling Nest. He's getting his first Evo Chamber, I believe this is. Usually both Evo Chambers are built at the same spot. So the moment you don't see a second Evo Chamber next to the first, it's like, well, that's just a single one. Most likely going to be starting with Carapace upgrades, as it's the most important one for Zerg. 9 Banelings are starting. I think DRG got a perfect read off. 62 workers right now. Second Evo goes down. He feels extremely confident in holding this. And I'm pretty confident in him holding this as well. Queens can obviously help out a lot here. Banelings are getting targeted down rather well, but yeah, this gets cleaned up in a magnificent kind of way. There's only 4 Marines remaining here. Yikes. Units lost in favor of the Zerg, and he's also outmining his opponent. More drones. And now we can, in theory, see a couple of extra drone rounds. Fourth base has been finished. And we see 6 gas already, so perhaps the late Muralisk is an option here for Dong Rei Gu. There we go. Spire goes down at the third base. Not the biggest fan of it. Seems semi-vulnerable. I mean, no one really attacks through the right side, but this probably is a better location or somewhere over here. Natural tends to be very, very safe for Zerg players. The moment you do stuff in your natural, you're probably already losing the game. Sometimes you do tend to lose your third to like a double drop or something like that. It is possible. It's not common, but it's possible. Banelings are looking for something. I'm not sure what they're looking for. I don't even think the Banelings knew what they were looking for. Now, it's going to start rolling forward. Try to catch these medevacts. I think DRG is going to be pretty upset about that last game. I don't think if he loses these 8-9 Lurkers, if he doesn't lose those in the mid game, I think he's going to be in a fantastic spot. I love that he's chilling in the bushes, you know, just being a little bit hidden, trying to trick his opponent. Maybe, hey, come over here, buddy. I can show you incredible things. Shining, shimmering, boom, splendid. The Banelings blow up on them. That'll be something. Sadly, not going to happen here. Mutalisk are about to pop out. We have 900 in the bank, and we are on a fantastic supply here for DRG, who is he's just looking incredible this game. He's just looking incredible this game. 1-1 about to finish up. 10 mutas coming in. 4cc has been finished, so Time playing very economically, very economically inclined. 74 workers for him against the 78. These 4 Marines from that first medevac are still around. It's gonna struggle to kill 1 or 2 workers. Yeah, it's gonna get a third one flying to the natural. Now come the mutas. Time sees that, and this actually isn't a terrible way to go as a medevac. I mean, if you're spotting the mutas, that's actually gonna help out the Terran so much. Drops these 4 Marine, tries to go for a Mutalisk, will not get it. Sad. But it is what it is sometimes. 12 drones get added. I feel like he's a little bit late getting to the worker count that he wants to, but I mean, he's there now. He's there now. Sometimes it's not the destination, but the journey. But that's not quite true, actually. Usually, the faster the journey, the better, as a Zerg player. As long, you know. The destination actually is pretty important. Like, you do want to get those 95 or 96. He's a lot of workers, holy crap. It's going to be impossible for DRG to die here, I feel like. No, he has so much money. He has nice looking upgrades. There's a Thor on the way, a couple of mines as well. But really just a couple of mines on the way. There's not much more. There's also 2 tanks. Second Thor is on the way. I guess we're going to be seeing this top base being taken for DRG. I don't like that very much. We don't see this very often, this top base. It's just such a difficult angle to hold, and your creep threat gets there so freaking late. You need like 6 tumors to even get to this general area. You're basically... Oh my god, this is not the fight that DRG wants to be taking. What was that? Loses a crap ton. Supplies still look fine for him, but that's just because he's building 44 links right now. Time smells blood, and there's really not all that much creep here. This is a nice angle as well. You have basically a natural choke over here, good tank positions. I said that I felt like DRG was in a really good spot just like 35 seconds ago, but right now I'm kind of afraid for him. Drilling Claw's about to finish up. We're going up to 4 mines. Good pre-split here coming out of Time. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough though. There's still a lot of Banelings. Thor goes down. 2 Banelings remain. Where's the rest of the Banelings? 13 Banelings are here. There's no larva anymore. Sure, there's a lot of income, but no larva. What are you gonna do? Good. Oh my god, this Marine Micro is fantastic. These are some crazy splits by our Chinese Terran player. This 5th base is gonna go down. It's gonna be taken on the left side now, and yikes. This is looking very, very rough. 2-2 finishes up for both players. We have Hive on the way. Mine's gonna be able to get a couple of decent hits off. Time is like, okay, I did my damage here. I've tried my best. I think the top base is gone now. Maybe he'll try to push through the middle. Try to deny a little bit of creep here, but that's gonna be a crap ton of tumors. Holy cow! What's the muta count here? We have 15 Mutalisk plus 2 is 60% done as well. Once that finishes, taking out these turrets is going to be a lot easier. I'm not sure why, but the Zergs have assured me that plus 2 is absolutely vital for when you're killing turrets. So I'm just going to be believing them. It's going to end up losing one Mutalisk here. Second Muta goes down as well. Overseer is most likely going to fall too. Third Mutalisk will stay alive. That's another cancel on this top base. There's no creep whatsoever at this fifth. I mean, this just doesn't look very great. Ling run-bys, Ling Baneling run-bys aren't as powerful on this map. Because it's so freaking easy to defend. Sensor Tower doing a great job spotting this out as well. Oh my god, the double marine drop. Here we go into the third base. Gonna take out so many workers here. At the same time on the other side of the map, we're not seeing as many workers being taken out. And I'm a clairvoyant. I knew it. So we see the Spire being taken out. 18 drones falling. And a lot of mutas are falling as well. These are not being rebuilt. Still 20 mutas out on the map, which is nice. But yeah, it's looking a little bit rough here for DRG right now, who somehow managed to just instantly rebuild the 20 drones. Is back at 96. Once again, extremely high drone count. But does he really have the bases to saturate these drones with? No, I don't think so. He's way oversaturated in the main, way oversaturated in natural. He's mining 3k, barely, but with 96 drones, you want to be mining closer to 3.4, 3.5 perhaps even. Especially if you're only on 8 gas. GG. 186 supply, 95 workers, and DRG calls it quits. Knows he does not have a chance in this fight. I think he's right. Let's have a quick look at that setup once again. I mean, these rocks have not been taken down yet. There's 2 Thors. There's only 3 mines though. I think he could have tried, but I guess didn't quite have enough larva for a remax and not enough banes. It's gonna be GG. It's gonna be it for this time. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, a like. I'll see you all next time for a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.